NBA Baton reportedly dead after being shot again. Not allegedly. Not sources claim. Not internet gossip. NBA Baton, one of NBA YoungBoy's closest affiliates, the person seen in countless videos, Instagram posts, and public appearances alongside YoungBoy, was shot again, after already being shot and paralyzed earlier last month. And now, reports spreading online are claiming that he has died. And people really need to pause and process that for a moment. This is not the first incident. This is the second time Baton has been shot. The first happened when he suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the torso inside a Houston restaurant called Confessions on April 8, 2026. Before the scene had even settled, social media had already started circulating obituary posts. He survived that shooting, recovered, continued moving forward, and now, exactly 1 month later, Baton is once again in a hospital bed after suffering more gunshot wounds. Connected to machines while the internet immediately began writing another eulogy for him. Headlines claimed he was dead. Social media claimed he was dead. Fans repeated the same story. But the fact that people are even having this conversation twice within 2 months about the same person says everything about the kind of life Baton has been living. Today, we're breaking down every part of this situation, who was involved, why it may have happened, what people in the streets are saying, who was arrested, and what this could mean for NBA YoungBoy's circle moving into 2026. Y'all need the full picture. Let's get into it. To understand why this situation is affecting the culture so heavily, people first need to understand who Baton really is. A lot of people outside the NBA YoungBoy fanbase are only now hearing his name, so context matters. His real name is Ben Anthony Fields. He was born on December 13, 1999, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Online, he's known as NBA Baton and also MGNG2X. He has been close with Kentrell Gaulden, better known as NBA YoungBoy, since childhood. This wasn't just a loose industry connection or somebody around for clout. This was someone who grew up in the same environment, built a relationship with YoungBoy over years, and joined the Never Broke Again circle at just 12 years old. Their friendship reportedly started after a fight that later turned into respect and loyalty. The kind of street friendship built through conflict before becoming brotherhood. That type of bond is different. It's loyalty that money and industry politics usually can't break. Baton was never just a background figure in YoungBoy's story either. He's been there as a videographer, a day one supporter, and someone consistently beside Kentrell through major moments. He even received credits on music videos like Hell and Back. In 2025, YoungBoy publicly showed how valuable that loyalty was when he gifted Baton around $250,000. Not for business, not for promotion, just a gift to somebody who had been around since the beginning. Outside of that connection, Baton also built his own career path. He gained over 1 million Instagram followers, released music including a track called Play With Me, and launched his own fashion brand, Slime Design Clothing. He was building a business, a name, and a future. But life connected to the streets comes with constant risks. No matter how much success someone creates, danger can still find them. And in Baton's case, it found him twice. Before Houston, there was already another incident. April 4th, 2025, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Baton was back in his hometown riding through the city as a passenger in a vehicle. At some point, another car reportedly began following them. Not casually the kind of following that suggests intention. They eventually stopped at a gas station, and that's when gunfire broke out. The news spread quickly online. Posts appeared saying NBA YoungBoy affiliate NBA Baton had reportedly been shot in Baton Rouge, though his condition was unknown. Fans immediately panicked, unsure whether he would survive. Eventually, it was confirmed that he did survive, and his condition stabilized. But no arrests were made, no charges were announced, and the situation faded without many answers. Baton recovered and continued moving forward, which is common for people raised in that environment. They recover and keep going. His legal history also reflects how deeply connected he has been to street life for years. Baton had only recently been released from incarceration, connected to a 2022 case before being arrested again just 6 days later on gun and narcotics charges. 6 days. He was also linked to earlier legal issues, including involvement in a 2016 drive-by shooting case while still a teenager. This was not somebody occasionally caught around dangerous situations. This was someone who had been surrounded by them for most of his life. Then came April 8, 2026. In Houston, Texas, the incident that brought national attention. Ben 10 was in Houston during spring break, reportedly hosting meet and greets and charging significant amounts for appearances. He was actively promoting himself, building his brand, and working. Hours before the shooting, he posted Instagram stories showing himself with OG33, NBA YoungBoy's manager. The two appeared to be enjoying themselves in Houston. Ben 10 also posted a message that later stood out to many people after the shooting. In hindsight, the wording seemed emotional and unusual. Not long afterward, everything changed. Around 11:15 p.m., Ben 10 was inside Confessions Restaurant and Lounge on Kirby Drive in Houston. Around 20 to 30 people were reportedly inside at the time, including customers, staff, and a birthday group. According to Houston police, a confrontation began after several people allegedly attempted to rob a man for his jewelry. The struggle reportedly lasted close to a minute before escalating further. Police stated that the individual being attacked eventually pulled out a firearm and began shooting. Authorities later explained that the gunman appeared to be heavily outnumbered during the altercation before retrieving the weapon. Ben 10 reportedly suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and torso. Another rapper, Dead End Ron, was also shot in the arms and legs. Both were transported to hospitals in critical condition. Videos from inside the restaurant quickly leaked online, showing panic as people hid behind tables and rushed for safety. Social media reacted immediately, with rumors spreading that Ben 10 had been killed. However, people close to him quickly pushed back against the reports. OG Monique, the mother of OG 33, posted online confirming that Ben 10 was alive and alert. Family members later confirmed to local news outlets that he survived and was recovering in the hospital. Still, this marked the second time within a year that his circle had to publicly deny reports of his death. One noticeable detail throughout all of this was NBA YoungBoy's silence. He made no public statements, no posts, and no comments regarding the shooting. Fans immediately noticed. Some viewed it as YoungBoy handling matters privately, while others questioned why somebody so close to him had received no public acknowledgement. Attention soon shifted toward the alleged shooter. Police described the gunman as the person initially being robbed during the chain-snatching attempt. Online speculation quickly connected the situation to Detroit rapper All-Star Jr., whose real name is Jeremy Christopher Ford. Soon after the shooting, social media posts from his accounts appeared to reference the incident directly. In one post, he allegedly wrote that he had shot Ben 10 multiple times. In another, he posted photos shopping for replacement jewelry while joking that Ben 10 had taken some of his items to the hospital with him. Critics accused him of using the shooting for attention and promotion, especially after he released music tied to the controversy. DJ Academics later discussed reports claiming All-Star Jr. allegedly attempted to continue shooting after Ben 10 was already down but ran out of bullets. If accurate, it suggests the incident went far beyond a random confrontation during a robbery attempt. Many people in the streets began describing the situation as personal rather than accidental. The controversy became even larger once J. Prince Jr.'s name started circulating online. J. Prince Jr., son of Houston music executive J. Prince, publicly denied involvement and stated he had simply been attending a birthday dinner that night. He also publicly wished recovery to both Ben 10 and Dead End Ron. However, All-Star Jr. continued posting about the situation and even released a diss track directed toward Mob Ties affiliates. On April 17, 2026, federal authorities filed charges against Jeremy Christopher Ford for being a felon in possession of a firearm. According to reports, surveillance footage from Confessions allegedly captured the altercation, including the struggle over jewelry and the shooting itself. Authorities later arrested All-Star Jr. in California on April 23. Rumors spread online claiming he was on his way to a Vlad TV interview when arrested, though DJ Vlad later clarified the interview was expected to happen remotely. Now, it's important to step back and look at the larger pattern here. This situation isn't only about one violent night inside a Houston restaurant. It reflects a cycle surrounding the never-broke-again circle for years. NBA YoungBoy remains one of the most streamed artists in rap, with a massive fan base and major influence. But despite the success, violence has repeatedly surrounded people close to him. YoungBoy himself was released from federal prison in 2025 after receiving a pardon from President Donald Trump related to weapons charges. Fans celebrated the moment as a fresh start, but while YoungBoy entered a new chapter, many people around him continued facing the same dangerous environment. Baton was shot in 2025, then again in 2026. And before him, other NBA affiliates also faced violence and legal trouble. Baton had business ventures, music, 1 million+ followers, meet and greet income, and a family. Yet despite building those things, he still became the target of gun violence twice within a year. That's the bigger issue here. This is not just entertainment or rap gossip. This is real life, where success doesn't automatically remove somebody from danger. As of now, Baton is alive and recovering. Family members and close associates confirmed the reports of his death were false. Ron also survived and is recovering from his injuries. All-Star Jr. remains in federal custody facing gun charges, while investigations into the full events of that night continue. Authorities are still reviewing surveillance footage and witness statements regarding the original robbery attempt. The internet remains divided. Some people criticize All-Star Jr. for publicly discussing the incident online while facing potential federal consequences. Others argue that if he was truly being robbed by multiple individuals, self-defense could become part of his legal strategy. The courts will ultimately determine how the facts apply. At the end of the day, what happened inside Confessions on April 8, 2026 was not simple rap beef. 2 men were shot multiple times, and one of them nearly lost his life again. Turning violence into social media entertainment only makes the situation worse. The larger question isn't about who won or lost. It's about how long people around these environments can survive before the cycle finally catches up to them. Baton survived twice. He still has children, supporters, and opportunities ahead of him. But surviving multiple shootings before turning 27 is not sustainable long term. This story is still ongoing. All-Star Jr. has not yet faced trial. Investigators are still examining who else may have been involved in the attempted robbery. J. Prince Jr.'s name continues to circulate in discussions online, and NBA YoungBoy's silence continues drawing attention from fans. What's real is this: Baton survived again. He's alive, recovering, and still has a chance to move differently moving forward. But the next chapter of his life will likely need to look very different from the last 2 years if he wants to avoid ending up back in another hospital bed or worse. And that's the full breakdown. From the Baton Rouge shooting to the Houston incident, from the federal charges against All-Star Jr. to the ongoing controversy surrounding everyone connected to the situation. This has become one of the biggest and most complicated rap stories of 2026. And it's still developing.